On August 29th, 2005, I was in Northern Virginia just trying to get prepared for a second season with Washington.
Pops!
The first time I heard about Katrina was actually from my father.
What up, dog?
What up, Ryan?
Logan.
Yeah.
What y'all want, man?
Oh, why they got these?
Why y'all in my kitchen?
Pop, this ain't. Pop,
This is huge.
you're not supposed to eat
Y'all
that.
know y'all don't come in my kitchen.
I know, but bro, we need something else to eat with. My dad was my weatherman. He worked for the Levee District.
Man, y'all gotta taste some of this good gumbo. You know how we used to do it.
My dog. You still got it, Pop. You know what I'm saying? No, nobody cooked like us. Well, like my daddy.
He doesn't even measure anything either. He's like a
Nah, he
magician.
don't.
I ain't
He
measuring
don't
nothing.
measure, man. He didn't want to let people see what he was doing. And because he worked for the Levee District, he was the person everybody in my family or anybody close to us called so we know how bad the hurricane was. You know, Lo, but you were born January 8th, 2005. And Katrina happened in August of 2005. So you never got to see the city in the way I knew it, in the way I grew up in it, in the way Pawpaw understood it. The city was changed physically, emotionally, psychologically. Like you never saw the New Orleans I saw. Like you were born into it, but you never experienced it. And it happened like that.
Tornado warnings at this hour, in fact, for Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and Florida. And of course, the greatest concern for potential destruction and loss of life has been in New Orleans.
Hurricane Katrina on Saturday was a Category 1 hurricane. By the time Saturday afternoon came, Hurricane Katrina was a Category 5.
The tornado threat is only increasing as the hurricane makes landfall.
I can remember this like yesterday, so I was still a child, like 8, 9.
You have an obligation to yourself and your family to haul ass and get out of here. And I'm telling you to get out now.
We was gonna drive to Atlanta, right? But the traffic was crazy. My grandmother didn't want to leave the house, right? So we were like, all right, we was gonna get a hotel.
The storm has come ashore this morning, coming in over Grand Isle, Louisiana.
Wind gusts of about 185 miles per hour and winds of up to 150 miles per hour.
It was crazy, man. Big trees just coming out the ground and flying across the window.
We are facing a storm that most of us have feared.
We can pray very hard that the intensity will weaken.
It was unusual to see a hurricane increase in power and strength to that extent in such a short period of time.
There's a lot of talk about why didn't people leave? Why did people ride out the storm?
In New Orleans, you know, people's relatives don't live necessarily in different states. They live around the corner. They live across the street. They live down the block. They live in the neighborhood. Where were they gonna go? How were they gonna move? Many of them didn't even own cars.
Many dozens of public reports of downed trees now and lines, power outages. The worst of the storm will be from 6 o'clock tonight, really until about midnight. But the weather should begin to improve late tonight after midnight. And tomorrow, the wind and rain will die down pretty quickly early in the morning.
The hurricane passed, and by the time Monday afternoon came, people thought that the city had avoided the worst. Then, somewhere along the afternoons of Monday, the levees broke.
Overnight, there were 2 breaches in the levee system that protects New Orleans. One is 200 feet long, allowing the waters of Lake Pontchartrain to pour in. The elaborate system of pumps failed.
We saw water getting higher and higher and higher very quickly. And before you know it, it was feet some places, 2, 3, and then 8, 9 some places.
A lot of people who remained sheltering in place found themselves surrounded by water. They climbed on the roofs of their homes.
The storm surge has been much bigger than anything ever before. The result has been, in some cases, people being trapped.
Now, we on like the 9th, 10th floor, right? Next thing you know, the water was rising to the 2nd floor. My grandparents, they couldn't walk. But we had to leave, so we stole a boat. Everybody's in the water, pulling the boat to the bridge. Like, we have to push bodies out the way just to get to where we going. Electricity still was on, power lines. Like, it's like something could have sparked and could have died.
80% of New Orleans is now underwater.
Pretty much was a team out there figuring it out as we going. So we went through the water, right? We got on the bridge. And for 4 days and 5 nights, we slept on the bridge.
So Leonard, just talk about coming through here, man, and with your family, trying to get out through the water.
So you look on our left right here, you know what I'm saying? This Circle Food store. So as you can see where the wine and cheese, the water was up to there.
Dang.
You know what I'm saying? So you really had to waist deep the water. You had to really swim to get to where we at. Down there, the ramp, it's a lower part of the ramp down there that we walked up. We tied the boat up so nobody wouldn't take it.
Yeah.
We always need it. And walked up here. It was right here.
How were y'all just surviving during that?
For me, just like we always in a group, like a long line, like from the stop sign to here.
Okay.
Like of my family members, right? Just sticking together as a pack. When you tie, you know what I'm saying, you land next to somebody, your cousin, your mom, and like, when I get to really sit here and look at all these things, like the water, the bodies was at, and we was right here on the bridge. Man, I'm grateful and blessed, man, because nobody in my family got harmed, right? But understand the Superdome, and some people mind the Superdome was a safe place, but not knowing a lot of crazy things were happening in the Superdome.